Is social change organic, or can it be designed for? We believe it's possible to nurture and spark social movements by designing the moments that drive them forward. Change takes time, so what types of moments create real progress? When our world is changing so quickly, how can we predict what will work? We looked at the movement to reduce the Australian road toll to find out. More than 160,000 people have died on Australian roads since the 1920s. That's double the amount of people who attended the Sydney Olympics opening ceremony. The road toll peaked in the 70s and is now lower than ever. What moments made this happen? A rudimentary car restraint first appeared in 1885 when American Edward J. Claghorn patented a design to keep tourists safe in New York taxis. As cars evolved into the 20th century, their popularity soared, and so too did the road toll. There was no doubt that modern cars were dangerous, but they were also convenient and fashionable. This was just one moment among many that sparked change in the complex network of society. As early as the 30s, physicians were installing seatbelts in their own cars and telling others to follow suit. Doctors initially spoke up on their own until institutions gradually began backing them. This moment helped define the problem and build evidence for a possible scalable solution: the seatbelt. In the 50s, car manufacturers began innovating. Business saw seatbelts as a way to deliver better value to customers, taking action decades before required to by law. This moment disrupted the pace of change, with business emerging as leaders. In the 60s, a new moment emerged when communities across Australia began campaigning in response to too many deaths on their local roads. These clusters of action created a common narrative and a clear call to action. Government needed to legislate. Action was contagious and momentum built throughout the network. In 1970, the world's first seatbelt laws were introduced in Victoria, Australia. By 1972, all Australian states had legislated. Government became active in the network and used their structural power to enforce the use of seatbelts. Through the 80s, government contributed to the movement in other ways. They upgraded roads, strengthened laws, and introduced breath testing. The roads became a safer place to drive. In the 90s, sophisticated, memorable mass media campaigns helped create new cultural norms. It became widely understood that not wearing a seatbelt was both dangerous and socially unacceptable. Today, the road toll is lower than it was in 1920. No single action, organisation or sector achieved this change. This is the power of a dynamic network of people and actions working toward a shared goal. So how might we apply this knowledge in response to other social issues? REDX Futures is testing ideas and gathering evidence to spark and nurture social change at scale. Follow us to find out more.